You're meditating, you're invoking angels, you're setting intentions, you're doing all the spiritual work. But nothing's shifting? Let me tell you why from experience. You're breaking spiritual laws you don't even know exist. I'm going to show you the 5 laws most people violate every single day without realizing it, and how to stop. Law 4 is the most common one you are breaking without knowing, so you'd better get this right. Look, spiritual laws are like gravity. They work whether you believe in them or not, whether you know about them or not. The problem is, most people focus on the techniques, meditation, prayer, angel invocations, affirmations, but they ignore the fundamental laws those techniques operate within. The truth is, you can invoke angels perfectly, meditate for hours, repeat affirmations until your voice gives out, and still get absolutely nowhere if you're violating these laws. I know this because I broke every single one of these before I got enlightened to understand what I was doing wrong. I was doing all the spiritual work and wondering why my life wasn't changing. So let me save you the time and frustration. These are the 5 spiritual laws you're probably breaking right now without even knowing it. Law number 1, the Law of Correspondence. As above, so below. As within, so without. This is one of the oldest spiritual principles, and it's simple. Your external reality is a direct reflection of your internal state. You cannot have outer peace if you have inner chaos. You cannot manifest abundance if you're internally operating from scarcity. You cannot attract clarity if your mind is full of confusion. This is how you break it without knowing. You're trying to change external circumstances, your job, your relationship, your bank account, without changing your internal state first. People invoke angels for external help, but their internal dialogue is still full of doubt, fear, and negativity. You are wondering why your affirmations don't work. It's because your inner world completely contradicts what you are saying out loud. Let me share my experience with this. I once invoked an angel for success in a project I was starting. I did everything right: ritual, timing, visualization, all of it. But internally, I didn't believe I deserved it. I was struggling to accept whether I can really have it. I was operating from fear of failure, doubt about my abilities, and scarcity thinking. Guess what happened? Nothing. The project went nowhere. It wasn't until I learned shifting internally, dealt with the self-doubt, rewired my internal narrative, and genuinely believed I was capable. That's when things started moving externally. This is not for me alone, but natural for all. How to stop breaking this law? Check your inner state before you invoke an angel, meditate, or set an intention. Ask yourself, does my internal reality match what I'm asking for externally? If you're asking for peace, but you're full of anxiety inside, fix the inside first. The outside will follow. Law number 2, the law of vibration. Everything is energy. Everything vibrates at a certain frequency, whether you believe it or not. And the key is, you attract what matches your vibration, not what you want. Your thoughts, your emotions, your words, they all carry vibration, and the universe responds to that vibration, not to your wish list. This is how you're breaking it without knowing. You ask for peace, but spend all day in anger, frustration, and anxiety. You invoke angels, pray for guidance, but stay in low vibration states, complaining, blaming, playing the victim. People expect high vibration outcomes like success, clarity, or love while operating at low vibration frequencies. It doesn't work that way. You can't be vibrating with fear and attract peace. You can't be vibrating at scarcity and attract abundance. Here's my experience. I used to invoke angels for clarity on decisions I needed to make. I was expecting an answer immediately, within a week, maybe 2 weeks. Nothing came. I got frustrated. I re-invoked. I started doubting whether it was working. I even considered just making the decision myself out of impatience. Then, 3 weeks later, someone randomly said something in conversation that gave me the exact clarity I'd been asking for. The timing was perfect, not for me, but for the situation. If I'd forced a decision earlier, I would have made the wrong choice. That's when I understood. Divine timing isn't about making you wait for no reason. It's about aligning all the pieces so that when the door opens, you're actually ready to walk through it. How to stop breaking this law? Release attachment to your timeline. After asking, praying, invoking, or setting an intention, trust the process and stay active, not passive, active. Keep moving, keep working, keep being open. If a door isn't opening yet, it's not time. Stop forcing. Redirect your energy to what is opening. Understanding this, these laws work together. Breaking one usually means you're breaking others. Let me show you how it plays out. You pray and invoke an angel, good, but you're internally doubtful, breaking the law of correspondence. You're frustrated and stressed while doing it, breaking the law of vibration. You get guidance but don't act on it, breaking the law of action. You keep repeating the same old patterns, breaking the law of cause and effect. And when nothing happens in 48 hours, you give up, breaking the law of divine timing. So you see how these laws work. Just one problem you want to solve, look at the number of laws you're breaking. Now this is the good news. Once you understand these laws, everything else becomes easier. These aren't restrictions, they're the foundation. Every spiritual practice you do, meditation, angel work, affirmations, works within these laws, not outside of them. Master the laws and the practices actually work. Now, be honest with yourself. Which of these laws are you breaking right now? Drop a comment and tell me which one hit you the hardest. And if you've broken one of these laws and learned the hard way, as I did, share your experience. Let's learn from each other. If this made you rethink how you've been approaching your spiritual work, subscribe. Every week, I'm breaking down the real laws, the real work, so you miss. Good to have you today. See you in the next video.